Yo, Fragtails family, we are back and we got another video for you. This one is steered towards more for the youthful people who are 17, 18, 19 crowd, mid 20, somewhere in there. But before we get into that, I'd like to thank you guys for joining in, watching this video. Make sure you're liking, make sure you're sharing, and make sure you are subscribing. Now, these fragrances today we are talking about, I've caught my son grabbing these more than a few times. So I figured I would talk about these, put a little perspective on what this age range is wearing, for, I guess, early spring, late winter. So we're going to get into these. And like I said, I appreciate everybody sticking with me through this content and fragrance journey. We're going to push these videos out. So we're going to get into these. We got 5 fragrances that I've caught my son spraying more than a couple times. We're going to get into the first one, the number 5 spot. I've been catching him wearing this a little bit more than usual. I think the kids like this profile and the plum that comes out of this. But in the number 5 spot, we got 1 Million Lucky from Rabanne. We got that woody, sweet nuttiness, bit of honey on the ends that in between in the mid. This is a pretty good fragrance. Now it is an EDT, but you're still going to get around 6 or 7 hours of performance on this. See, we got a nice little dent in there. It's not much, but we just got this fragrance maybe 2 months ago. So out of all the fragrances we have, it's a pretty significant dent for one bottle. So in the number 5 spot, we're going to go ahead and put in Rabanne, Paco Rabanne if you're old school. 1 Million Lucky. All right, guys, we're in the number 4 spot. Now this one, we was spraying towards, last month. I wouldn't say more towards this month because the weather has been getting up. But this one, I think you can wear, like I said, indoors. Be wearing this in school. I'm going to be indoors, not outside where the heat is tearing your skin up. This one will work, but I've been catching them spraying this one. You'll see by the dent in this bottle from the house of Emporio Armani. In the number 4 spot, we're going to put Stronger With You Intensely, y'all. Now look at that dent. Bottle's only about 2 months, 2.5 months old, y'all. So you've been putting a nice size dent in it. Got vanilla, sweet, amber, bit of cinnamon. I get a bit of warm, spicy vanilla profile on this one. Bit nuttiness on there. I don't know what kind of nut it is, chestnut or something, but love that atomizer on here. People say they don't really like the Stronger With You atomizer, but I like it. I think all atomizers have their personality when it comes to designers. But number 4 spot, teens love this one, guys. I think because of the vanilla nuttiness. Don't quote me on that, but I'm just telling you what my eyes see. Stronger With You Intensely in the number 4 spot. All right, in the number 3 spot, now this is one they've been wearing. He's been wearing a lot more lately because of the warmer weather. It's been getting warm. We've had 2 90-degree days here in Kansas City. Got a nice size dent in this one. This was one of the first fragrances we got in our collection a couple years ago. But in the number 3 spot, we're putting in from the house of Joe Milano, Game of Spades Full House. Everyone should know about this, the fresh tea-like citrus, fresh green, little bit woody, that kind of puts it down on the deeper end. But you're going to get that freshness, the good tea fragrance out of this one. Kind of what you would get out of Imagination. They're not one-to-one. This is inspired by it, but in the number 3 spot, this is what he's been spraying. You can tell by the dent in that bottle. Like I said, for a collection our size, any significant dent in the bottle proves it's been sprayed. So young adults love this one, guys. So I would, if you're looking for gifts or something, blind buys for yourself, if you're around that age range watching this is one I would pick up. Game of Spades Full House. They love it. All right, people's in the number 2 spot. This is one I've been spraying myself, but my son's been spraying it more. He layers it with a little bit of Hasselblad sometimes because the smell profiles are pretty much alike. Now, the Hasselblad's a little bit more refined on the moss and pineapple, but this one throws his punches with it, blow for blow. The number 2 spot, what the young adults have been wearing, well, my son in that case, from the house of Rasasi, we're going to put in Hawass Black. That inspired by Hasselblad clone, with the deep, dark, rum-looking oil or juice. I wouldn't call it oil, man, because I mean it's dark. It sticks, guys. Atomizer's alright, but 12-hour performer, guys. Right along with the OG. He's been spraying this a lot. He likes to wear this to work. I've been seeing. So we had to put this in the number 2 spot. Nice little dent in that. Like I said, any dent size in this size of a collection. My collection's not that big. I got around 225, 250 bottles. But in the number 2 spot, a Wasp Black from the House of Versace. I was in Macy's Friday when I picked up my Allure Sport Super Leger. And I seen, I'm guessing his age, maybe around 15 or 16-year-old boy walk in with an empty bottle of this. And he wanted another one. I see my son spraying this all the time. So around that age range, around 16, 17, 18, 19, young adult age, this is what they're wearing. So this is why this is in the number 1 spot. I wouldn't say they're in particular order, but this is in the number 1 spot because this is what they've been wearing. I've seen it in my face in Macy's. So when you see somebody bringing an empty bottle to Macy's, especially a kid that age, that means they really like it. They're gonna spend their hard-earned money on it. So in the number 1 spot, we got to put in from the House of Valentino, Born in Roma, Intense. This is what they've been wearing, y'all. That lavender, vanilla, a little bit woody in the mid, sweet. Some say they get a little bit of medicinal herbalness out of this. Not me. You might get a slight pinch of mint in that opening, but not really, guys. It's more of a lavender vanilla based fragrance with a bit of woodiness on the end. Nice fragrance. I can't deny that, y'all. When they coming in the mall spending their hard-earned money, especially at that age, to buy this, they must really like it, y'all. So in the number 1 spot, that is from the House of Valentino, rest in peace, Born in Roma, Intense. You know, like always, if you've stuck to the end of this video, I appreciate it. According to the analytics, a lot of people don't really stick to the end of these videos. They just piece through it, which is fine, you know. As long as you're putting in your viewers' work, that's fine with me, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to put out more content. These are the 5 fragrances, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, somewhere in that age range. This is what they're wearing. At least this is what I see my son picking up and spraying on for work, school, you know, going out with his friends. It's one of these 5. So thank you guys for joining me. If you have any questions, comments, make sure you put it below in the comments. I'm Brandon from Practales. I'm out.